got your wig, ho. Ha ha. You're mad. Miss Wikiana. Miss Wikiana.
She wants to know, Jessica, does Gaga convince you to stay for another season?
Fire. What does that mean?
Does she? Okay,
I don't understand the question.
like,
No, you know, when, well. Thank you.
Would you survive the Hunger Games, or would you be out like first round?
If you are able to make it in the industry, not by a reality show or sex tape, but pure hard work and talent, you can make it in the Hunger Games.
So, I mean, you look at Dorit and you look at PK.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not really.
I don't know. Look,
He needs to be the most charming, funny, entertaining, lovely person to keep up with someone that good looking. I mean, he's not good looking.
I'll tell her you said that.
Yeah, please do.
I will.
PK's not cute.
Well, but maybe that's not his charm, you know? Maybe, like, he's charming in other ways.
In the wallet? Charming wallet.
Billy. Okay.
I'm trying to think of, like, what is this guy bringing to the table?
Lauryn Hill was saying that after you had done the vocal session and you had left, and I don't know if it was a rose, it's still a rose, but something like that. She said she went into the booth and she said it smelled like church. It was pure and full of energy.
And what does church smell like?
It smells like old books to me.
What church did you go to?
Well, I went to United Church. It smelled like old hymnaries and old books.
My church doesn't smell like that.
What does it smell like?
My church smells like a lot of good fried chicken and homemade rolls and fried corn and things like that. Unfortunately, we didn't have any of that on the set of A Rose is Still a Rose.
Our teachers to have licensing, require participating private schools.
If I may get in, just to make it a conversation.
But because I have children and because I looked at private schools.
I went to public school. I believe you got to go to private school.
There is zero statistical significance.
You got to go to private school.
Because nobody can figure out what's being said here right now. No, there is no last thing right now. We're going to go to break, and then we're going to come back.
And she posted this to her Instagram page. She posted, and this is a picture of my show page. So this has been flagged on Instagram as fake news and taken down. It's called false information. Sadly, other platforms with a lack of integrity still have it up. So she's admitting this is just a target of Candace Owens. The lie is that Beyonce was paid $10 million to speak at a rally in Houston for Vice President Kamala Harris, when in fact Beyonce did not receive a penny for speaking at presidential candidate Vice President Kamala Harris's rally in Houston. In fact, she actually paid for her own flights for her and her team and total glam. She's not even aware of how privileged that sounds. It's a changing social economy in the world where what has always worked for them in the past is no longer interesting to the public. This is an economy where authenticity pays. And Beyonce does not remember what it means to be authentic anymore because she's been playing the role of a queen for so long and she's grown so accustomed to simply visiting the Commonwealth every 4 years. She comes out. Nobody knows where she is for us, and she comes out and she reminds us all who we should be voting for. Ah, yes, Hillary Clinton. Please, I'm here, Commonwealth. You people, remember, I am your queen, her and Jay-Z. Oh, yes, please vote for Kamala. As a mother, I'm telling you to do this. Like I said 10 years ago, Beyonce and Jay-Z telling us who to vote for, that would have mattered, but it just doesn't anymore. Actually, it's annoying. People find it to be somewhat annoying. Beyonce, listen to me, girlfriend, because I know you're watching. You don't got a text from your mommy's burner account on Instagram. You're annoying now.
About new music, all the talk this week has been about Beyonce's new album. Have you heard it yet? Have you had an opportunity to give some thoughts on the whole thing?
I sure have. It's great. It's absolutely great.
Really different though, right?
Yes, really different.
Is
But
that
getting back to what I'm here to talk about,
Yeah.
Claritin, I'm very excited to be teaming up with Claritin.
You've explained to the audience that there was some escalation and some things that went on there. But going to your reaction to it, so you're alleging this thing happened between you, the two of us. You think her behavior or alleged behavior was because she wanted to make a name for herself on the show. Okay, I don't know any of that.
Right.
Take me to the salon, because I'm all proud because you have a new salon. You're opening this new business, and no one is talking about you opening their business. They are reports that you had.
It overshadowed it.
You overshadowed it.
I have a boyfriend right now.
Everybody's disappointed. No, because...
well, it's difficult. No, it's very difficult because I live in one place and he lives in another.
Is he famous?
No, he's not famous.
What?
No, it's much better not to have someone
Because this is the
famous.
first time you probably haven't dated a famous guy.
That is not true. I make them famous.
What do you think of Kim and Kanye's US Vogue cover, given that you have been on the cover yourself countless times?
I do not want to comment.
Why? Why?
It seems Naomi Campbell and Rihanna unfollowed each other on Instagram. No social media pics or communication either. Is everything okay between the two of them?
Everything's fine.
Okay.
Of course it's fine. I'm an actress now, Andy.
Yes, you are. What did you think about Nicki and Cardi's altercation at Fashion Week? You were at that party, right?
No, it was called the Icon Party, but there were no icons there.
You mentioned to me that you're starting therapy this week.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I mean, I think it's interesting. I want to know, what are your goals with your therapist?
To find out where that anger stems from.
Okay.
That, I grew up with a family that didn't have a lot of empathy or love or whatever. So I just transpired that on to, my adult life. But after talking and going through everything and my emotions, and I have a hard time with empathy and feeling other people's feelings. It just, and there's a reason why, and I'll share it with you off, but it was just, I literally just, that's why I was 5 minutes late.
That makes a lot of sense.
I haven't even talked to Eddie. Like, I haven't.
She's a 1099 employee. She could come back and say, I'm a protected class. But the Lena McSweeney bullshit. Let me go over here. I think it's ridiculous. Tamara Judge is 60 years old, and all of a sudden now she's coming out with being on the spectrum. She's a sociopath liar, okay? Like, I don't get it. Right? Can someone help me explain to me, is that her defense now for her bad behavior? Those ratings, people are sick of Tamara Judge. How can I know Bravo loves her. Bravo and Evolution. They love her. I love cooking with bacon grease. But you're 60 years old, and all of a sudden now you had somebody diagnose you as being on the spectrum. What a crock of bullshit. These psychiatrists, you can get any doctor to say any kind of bullshit you want, okay? After one appointment. Okay, I'm a genius. I'm Mensa now because I went to, come on. Like how stupid is she? On the spectrum? No, you're a sociopath, liar. Come on. You can get a doctor to say and do anything nowadays. It's pathetic. Really. I want to see what doctor she went to because I don't believe in a word she says. I thought she probably got some RN saying that it was a nurse practitioner doctor's note bullshit that probably doesn't even have a PhD.
The way I was treated by you this season is unacceptable. You attacked me, and I really don't have an interest in being friends with you.
Okay.
Because what I'm doing in my therapy, I'm creating healthy boundaries. And a healthy boundary is not being in a toxic relationship.
Are you saying that our entire friendship was toxic?
Absolutely.
Let them goofballs go. We ain't cutting that.
What you say, Charles?
Get your ass out of my face. We've been down with them goofballs.
Get out of here. Goddamn, go in your own room with that damn bullshit. You just be getting on my nerves.
I ain't saying nothing wrong to the crowd.
I'm just gonna Charles. Now that made peace. It ain't even no point.
I can't talk shit.
All right, let me get off in there. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right then. Well, I see y'all later. Let me get up because I gotta go to the store.
Okay.
All right. See y'all. Okay. Dang, boy, why you be acting like that?
Man, I ain't saying shit wrong. All I just said was goof.
Goofballs.
So what?
Yes, the fuck it is. That's about to call you a goofball.
And the other was I met Adele.
You met Adele?
Yeah.
Oh,
Has she been on the show?
She won. Oh yeah, lovely woman.
Oh yeah. No, she's thin. Can we just talk to each other here? You know what is this song? Rolling in the Deep.
Yeah.
She should add fried chicken. It is just
mothers that you may have had conflict with. Have any of them come around and try to reconnect in a positive way, or have any of them come back and been that much more vengeful, or what?
You mean
is,
the one
like
that
the mom,
stole
the
money
stage
from
moms.
me and took money from me and
Who took money from you?
and forged checks?
One of them did?
Yeah.
And is that out there as public record?
Melissa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Maddie Mackenzie's mom. Mackenzie's had a little music career I started that I believed in her because she wasn't that great of a dancer.
Okay.
So I thought she likes to sing. We'll do this.
Yeah.
And we did. It's a girl party. It went to #1 in 3 countries. It's still out there. It's still making money. And I haven't seen one dime. And we had a 360 deal with the kid. And she just moves on and signs something else with somebody else. Yeah. So it's
But
been a
are
lot.
there any moms that you're close with or regained a friendship with?
JoJo's mom.
Yeah.
And I. Yes. Bryn's mom, Ashley. Oh, goodness. Yeah, lots of the moms.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
But the original ones from my studio that paid $242 a month dance tuition for 16 hours and ended up with millions from their dancing school. Like from there.
Yeah.
No.
My dance teacher, the big dance teacher. They made her look nice, actually. I'm not gonna lie.
For real?
They made her look really nice on TV, which is alarming to some people.
Yeah.
Because she was, I have nothing but respect for Abby. She got me obviously to where I am today,
Yeah.
but she could have taken things a lot differently when she was coaching 8-year-old children. Like, we were 8, 9 years old, and she would tell us we were fat, washed up, ugly, shouldn't be here. We're too privileged. We're not swift. Like, she would just say things that little kids didn't even know how to comprehend.
Oh, that's
But
crazy.
knew it was bad.
Yeah.
And like, that just does so much to your mental health as a dancer.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I really don't have a problem with Contessa. Contessa has a problem with me and facts. You know what I mean? I mean, you come in and you say things that we saw on TV. So don't ask me a question about something about your marriage. And we saw it. I was there. So my whole thing is, I like Contessa. I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she's an outstanding physician. I think that she's the epitome of married to medicine because she's a doctor and married to a doctor. Her husband is a doctor, great doctor as well. But the problem with Contessa is she's delusional some kind of way.
Latoya, Omarosa, let me just ask you. Are you back? Are you friends again, Latoya?
We were never friends, and I don't think we'll ever
Could you be friends? Could you be friends with Omarosa?
And for the record, I never once said anything negative about Michael Duncan Clark. He's a wonderful.
What you can say about my fiance who passed away.
First of all, he wasn't your fiance.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. All right. Okay, in other words, in other words, they're friends. Omarosa, easy. Omarosa, easy. Okay. Who needs you two guys? Who needs you? Okay, good. So you're getting along beautifully now. That's good. That's the way I like it. Peace.
It was very interesting how people will manipulate their way to become a winner.
You're saying Omarosa manipulating her way. Well, you did use a couple of choice words in describing her as conniving, scheming, cutthroat, snake, and you even brought up her deceased fiancé, Michael Clark Duncan, saying that her behavior may have contributed to his heart attack. What did you want to say about that statement? Because now she is threatening legal action. against you for defamatory remarks.
Right. I haven't received anything from that, so I have no clue. I think Michael, I think he's a wonderful person. I think he was like a gentle giant. He was a lovely person, a very sweet person. And I just wish that he was still here with us. But I find it very interesting that, and the teammates and all were saying, okay, here comes the tears again. They're not sincere. These are the tears of wanting to stay here and stay in the show. And once again, I thought...
So you're taking back your words then?
As far as
saying that her behavior may have led to his death?
I didn't mean it that way at all. Not at all. Not at all. I think when you're under a lot of pressure and people are just nudging you and nudging you and nudging you, but absolutely not. I mean, he's a kind guy. He's a sweet guy. He was.
I heard those words coming out of LaToya's mouth. I was thrown back in my chair. Tell me how you reacted when you saw that clip. I got to know.
I was devastated. I felt like somebody kicked me in my stomach. I mean, I've been on reality TV for about 10 years, but that is one of the ugliest, nastiest, vile comments I've ever heard in the history of reality TV.
It just seemed so incredibly low, so over the line as far as I was concerned. And now you're threatening legal action. Are you ultimately just hoping for an apology from LaToya, or will that not be enough?
You know, we did ask for a retraction, and had she stopped with the statement she made in October, I think that everything would have went away and, you know, all would have been forgotten. But she continued to repeat those untruthful statements and harmful statements in the media throughout her press tour in the last couple of weeks. And so someone has to stop her from doing this and trying to hurt my family. And I'm going to be just the one to do it.
And LaToya told, remember everybody, LaToya
We
said...
have a nickname for her.
What is it?
L-I-E, LaToya, because... Well, think about her past. Can we just think about her past? If you do that to your family, you'll do that to anyone.
And I believe in that old thing, so the people shall know. So that's where I'm coming from. But is he gay?
You know, let's put it this way. My mother has always said that he's, I hate to use this word, she's always said that he's a faggot.
Who said that?
My mother. She would always say this. And I would always say, Mother, you shouldn't say that. And she said, well, he is. And she would always say that. However, I don't know if there's a difference of being gay and a person who likes to be with little boys.
Very big difference. Very big difference. Very big difference.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you're with children, it's called a pedophile.
Right.
But if you're going to be with an adult, that's different.
Let's get into the tea. What's going on? If my family member needed me and the whole world was accusing me of something awful.
Which family member? Dearly departed Michael?
Yes.
Okay, go.
And then the world says, LaToya, do you think your brother did it? Wouldn't you say and stand by your brother?
I experienced the same thing, you know, in another movie that I did where the guy was, I was 17 and he was like 27.
You like him older, huh?
That's what Michelle said.
Oh, no, my goodness. Come on, Kiki. Come on, Kiki. It's too soon. No, I didn't. You've been waiting for that. It's too soon, Kiki. Oh, my goodness.
They don't call you hunky for nothing. You better go ahead.
Like, I heard, like, you talking a little bit. What was he whispering in her ear?
That's my Michelle. He said, "That's my Michelle." I was like, "Hey, you got to get some earphones and listen to it." I listened to it in my earphones. He was like, "Yeah, you gonna take this dick." Hey, yeah, that's my Michelle. Yeah, and then hold on, you ain't hear. And if you listen close enough, you can hear the ass slap. It was like, remember, I don't know if you went to church, Kai, but remember in church, you know, when they hit the tambourines?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Nice. 5. Like, okay. Hey. He talking about he embarrassed. I'm like, it ain't nothing to be embarrassed about.
Shannon, you a freak, bro. You a freak, bro. You is a freak, bro. You is a freak. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Go fuck whoever it was that you were meeting up with, those millionaires. You had 2 young girls fuck some guys, and then you took the money they were supposed to get paid with. Ooh. And Sarah was there. And I got all those messages, baby. Selling your ass in Dubai does not make you a boss, bitch. You ain't a boss, bitch. You ain't shit. You a fucking liar. You a bully. And I promise you, your daughter ain't gonna have nothing to look up to in the future.
Oh my God, your breath stinks.
Ooh, your breath stinks.
But your breath stinks more.
Well, I have mints in my bag, so.
I have mints in my bag to give you.
I would say we do have one dilapidated pole humper that's coming after me, and I don't know why, but I will handle that too.
Well, Karen,
I hope not.
Karen called you a dilapidated stripper.
Pole dancer. Which I don't know nothing about a pole. I wish I did, but I don't.
How do you feel about her calling you that?
I think Karen has a lot going on right now. And while I really do want to say, some really not so nice things, but I'm going to give her grace, right? Because what happens when you're going through something? When you're going through something, misery loves company, right? So to be a dilapidated pole dancer, it's like, okay, so you're not only coming for me, you're coming for a whole community of women who are working their butts off to get to their next level of life.
Mia, do you think Karen is Potomac?
Oh, darling. When I heard her say that, I legit was so unbothered. I was like, oh, okay. So you really, the Grand Dame, you really setting the stage here. The bar's so high. I mean, who can't get a DUI? I think we all are capable of that. So I guess we're all Potomac. She has the mugshots, not me. So maybe that's the criteria.
Now, Karen had just said in a recent interview that there is apparently a very tense moment with a couple of ladies this season that has not been teased yet. We haven't seen it in any of the trailers. Mia, when I say that out loud, what even comes to your mind? What could she be alluding to?
I mean, the tensest moment was her swinging around the tree, for heaven's sake. So she was talking about herself. I'm like, what moment? You and the deer? Or like, shock? That was the most excitement that I remember. So, this is what you do when you're going to go out and you're going to do some drinking. You hire a driver. Note to self.
Same style with the, I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same. I said, nigga had me in the studio one night trying to do that shit. I'm like, man, cut this shit off. What the fuck am I in here doing, nigga? I don't rap like that.
Number 3, the crimes that you are still charged with. And think of all the civil penalties you have. How many billions of dollars do you owe in civil penalties for molesting a woman in public, for doing a whole range of things, of having sex with a porn star on the night while your wife was pregnant? I mean, what are you talking about? You have the morals of an alley cat.
Give you a minute, sir.
I didn't have sex with a porn star. And Democrats, all Democrats, they destroyed and deleted all of the information they found because they found out we were right. We were right. And they deleted and destroyed all of the information. They should go to jail for that. If a Republican did that, they'd go to jail.
Thank you, President Trump. President Biden, I want to give you a minute.
The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now.
When he talks about a convicted felon, his son is a convicted felon at a very high level. His son is convicted, going to be convicted probably numerous other times. Should have been convicted before, but his Justice Department let the statute of limitations lapse on the most important things.
Every single thing he said is a lie. Every single one. For example, veterans are a hell of a lot better off since I passed the PACT Act. 1 million of them now have insurance, and their families have it. Their families have it because what happened, whether it was Agent Orange or burn pits, they're all being covered now. And his group opposed that. We're also in a situation where we have great respect for veterans. My son spent a year in Iraq, living right next to one of those burn pits, came back with stage 4 glioblastoma. I was recently in France for D-Day, and I spoke all about those heroes that died. I went to the World War II cemetery World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser. Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
The total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. He's getting all, you got to ask these people to put up the money. We're over $100 billion more spent, and it has a bigger impact on them because of location, because we have an ocean in between. You got to ask them. As far as Israel and Hamas, Israel's the one that wants to go. He said the only one that wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one.
President Biden, you have a minute.
I've never heard so much foolishness. This is a guy who wants to get out of NATO. Are you going to stay in NATO? He's going to pull out of NATO. The idea that we have, our strength lies in our alliances as well. It may be a big ocean, but we're ever able to avoid a war in Europe, a major war in Europe? What happens if, in fact, you have Putin continue to go into NATO? We have an Article 5 agreement. Attack on one is attack on all. They, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 billion, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our health care system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
So I've dealt with politicians all my life. I've been on this side of the equation for the last 8 years. I've never seen anybody lie like this guy. He lies. I've never seen it. He can look you in the face. About so many other things, too. And we mentioned the laptop. We mentioned Russia, Ukraine. Everything he does is a lie. It's misinformation and disinformation. The losers and suckers story that he made up is a total lie on the military. It's a disgrace. But Social Security, he's destroying it because millions of people are pouring into our country, and they're putting them onto Social Security. They're putting them onto Medicare, Medicaid. They're putting them in our hospitals. They're taking the place of our citizens. What they're doing to the VA, to our veterans, is unbelievable. Our veterans are living in the street, and these people are living in luxury hotels. We had the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it. He decided to open up our border, open up our country to people that are from prisons, people that are from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now, all terrorists, all over the world, not just in South America, all over the world. They come from the Middle East, everywhere. All over the world, they're pouring in. And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency, we had, according to Border Patrol, who is great, and by the way, who endorsed me for president, but I won't say that, but they endorsed me for president. Brandon, just speak to him. But look, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it. And people are dying all over the place, including the people that are coming up in caravans.
The only terrorist who's done anything crossing the border is one who came along and killed three, under his administration, killed an al-Qaeda person come in his administration, killed three American soldiers. That's the only terrorist that's there. I'm not saying no terrorist ever got through, but the idea they're emptying their prisons, we're welcoming these people, that's simply not true. There's no data to support what he said. Once again, he's exaggerating, he's lying.
President Biden?
You can see he is 6'5" and only 223 pounds, or 235 pounds. Well, you said 6'4", 200. Well, anyway, that's what you're. Anyway, just take a look at what he says he is, and take a look at what he is. Look, I'd be happy to have a driving contest with him. The reason I got my handicap, which when I was vice president, down to a 6. But by the way, I told you before, I'm happy to play golf if you carry your own bag. Think you can do it?
That's the biggest lie. He's a 6 handicap of all.
I was an 8 handicap.
Yeah.
8. But I had, you know how many?
I've seen you swing. I know you swing.
Okay, let's
not act like children.
President Trump, we're going to
Let's not act like children. 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter.
What American president would ever say Nazis coming out of fields carrying torches, singing the same anti-Semitic bile, carrying swastikas were fine people? And this is the guy who says Hitler's done some good things. I'd like to know what they are. The good things Hitler's done, that's what he said. This guy has no sense of American democracy.
President Trump.
Jake, both of you know that story has been totally wiped out, because when you see the sentence, it said 100% exoneration on that. So he just keeps it going. He says he ran because of Charlottesville. He didn't run because of Charlottesville. He ran because it was his last chance. He's not equipped to be president. You know it, and I know it.
I do believe Brooks works really hard, but like at the same time, you know, she also is a single woman with men.
Not men. You know who my ex is, and you know how long we were together. So don't say men.
I've heard things, and I've brought it up, but I would never bring it to this platform and do that to embarrass her.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward.
Selfie first. Get on my good side.
We all get selfies too?
Express this to her as a singer. I just feel like what maybe trying to be expressed is just sing from your heart the entire time, and your notes will continue to shine regardless of the dirt that gets splattered around.
And she says, I'm quick to check a bitch if she is out of line. Are you the bitch she's singing about?
Don't know what she's singing. I didn't know she sang. I thought she rapped or whatever.
I went and saw a bunch of shows. And I saw everybody. I didn't see Mariah because at the time she wasn't playing. She hadn't started yet.
Who?
But I saw Britney, I saw Shania.
No, I'm playing because that's what Mariah said about Jennifer one time. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just...
she does say that.
Yeah, she does.
She's forgetful, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. We've met many times.
And I'm like, you know what? There was this whole thing when you were last on. There was the moment where you said, "I don't know her," and then she said, "I know her."
Ago. I can't believe people still make such a big deal out of it.
But do you know each other?
No. Okay.
She says you know her.
Okay, I know she. You know what? I'm very forgetful.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm forgetful. Well, I've heard that there's a person who, when they ask them about their personal life, they just do this to them.
Who does that? Wait a minute, I
They
should
don't
know
mean
that.
to be mean. They don't want to be mean. They just don't want to talk about it. But me, I would have to do that, but I would start laughing.
That's not you. That's Avril Lavigne. She would do that.
Really?
She's
I
the-
wasn't talking about her. And the person I was talking about is actually really cool and...
Christina Aguilera.
No. But anyway...
Well, we had one guy say Mariah Carey was, and
Yes,
we
we
thought,
got a
hey,
tweet
get a bit
before.
modern.
Mariah Carey is not. She's fabulous for a throwback. Fabulous. We love fantasy.
Yes, exactly right.
I mean, Honey, I love Honey. Oh yeah. Okay. I sang all those songs growing up. Her with Boyz II Men in the studio, One Sweet Day with her little dog. Oh my God, I love that.
Mariah Carey here in the studio.
You did? How is she doing?
Well, she was doing great.
Oh, great.
Yes.
It's great.
What I'm curious about, what do you think of her?
What do I think of her?
Yes?
I don't think of her. I don't think of her. Musically, what do I think of her?
Yes.
I think she's a good singer.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Do you think of her?
Although there's competitors now ramping up, and
Yeah.
as you're familiar with BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?
I feel like you should be on Dancing with the Stars when you fall off.
Oh, when you fall off.
So I don't know. I only say that. Oh no, you're on it.
Ew. Like JK, but like maybe not. But thank you for watching. But you hating ass bitches always have something to say. Hating ass bitch, but you're still watching my vids. What? 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 You're so upset. But that's like okay, because have a piece of bread, have a Xanax, relax, because I said what I said.